Hello everyone, it is your lovely host there, it is Team Alright. Now, how is everyone doing on this Sunday's edition? I am doing very well. Now, speaking of Sunday again, once again, it is NFL game day. Now, NFL fans, good luck with your teams, good luck with your fantasy football, or whatever you do with your NFL teams. Also, I will discuss my social media accounts when the video is completely over. Now, my introduction, I want you guys and girls to sit back, relax, put your feet up, grab something to eat, or grab something to eat, or maybe, just maybe, you want to chill like a villain and hear my thoughts, my opinions on the subject. And of course, the link will be down below, or the article will be down below. It will be neither, because it's the review of Wrestlepalooza, the very first event on ESPN deal with the WWE. Okay, first thing first, before I go on with this review, the whole login thing with R-Truth says this past Friday is easy peasy. Wrong! Is very, very difficult. I know I'm not the only one on social media, off social media. Very, very stressful. So, I cannot watch it on my TV. Sucks. So, I had to watch it on my laptop. So, probably had to sync it. Very stressful. Why they can't just leave it on flipping Peacock in America? You know, the deal was not done until 2026. Whatever, that's just my hot take. You know, I know a lot of people do want to jump over because it's all sports related, no shows or whatever. I'm a sports fanatic, like my dad, so it's okay with us and the rest of the family. But other people around the world, they like to have it mixed up, you know, shows and wrestling. So this is a big L for this flipping company. That's all I have to say. Now on to the show itself, okay? Now, the stage, nothing really impresses me whatsoever, okay? The John Cena entrance was awesome, okay? It was amazing with all the Make-A-Wish kids. Some kids are very lucky. They will never forget that ever, okay? The match itself, nothing really surprising. Of course, Brock Lesnar won. Shocker. Did Brock Lesnar really need a win? No. I know he's a beast, but come on, WWE. Give John Cena that win. Okay, he only have a few more days left, and he's done competing in this company. Like I said before, his whole retirement run had been bad. His heel run had been bad. This side had been bad. I don't think that we don't give a flying crap or TKO. It's very sad. He's the greatest in this my era, and you treat him like dog crap. Whatever. He don't care. He'd be glad when he's out of the wrestling competing, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Another thing is, Triple H lied to us. You know, they made a big hype about this. Oh, September 20th would be some surprises. Nothing surprises at all in the show. Nothing. Zippo, zilch. Big flipping deal. The only thing, it was surprising when Taker came out later on the show and announced that Steve McMahon is the first inductee in the 2026 Hall of Fame class. And that's awesome. Why they can't say that moment when it gets closer to the Mania season? You know what I'm saying? So that's another big L for this company. You know what I'm saying? I know it's all written, but it'd be nice if they say that moment closer to flipping Mania, like December or at the Rumble, around that time frame. But you know what I'm saying? But whatever. And probably the next inductee will probably be later on this year, like another huge gap. So whatever, you know. They waste so much time for that moment. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool. The American Badass came out and said, why is he doing this? But now we realize that he was talking to Stephanie, you know? And she was very happy. You know, she deserved it, bar none. If you hate her or don't hate her, she was an amazing person as a character. Probably she's very lovable outside the wrestling world. So that's about it with that. And what else I'm going to say? Oh, okay, next match. I don't know if this is in order or not, so I'm just going to flow. The Usos versus Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman. It was a very good match. Blood was in it. Tables, and it was amazing. I don't know if this is the end of the line of the Usos reunited. Hopefully this is it, because they don't need to keep it reunited every couple months. It's whatever. But I cannot believe only 5 matches to compare to AEW. AEW have what, 12 matches? Come on, WWE. This is your very first show on ESPN, and there was a huge letdown. Okay, it's ridiculous, and you have commercials in there. I know it's about all advertisements. Come on, dumb. But I shouldn't complain. But I still enjoyed it, but it could be way better, But whatever. Hopefully the next PLE will be 10 times better. But we'll see. Probably not. This time of year, they don't give a flying crap. They just don't. And that's pathetic. Okay, next match. I think it's the vacant Women's World Championship match. Sky versus Stephanie. To be honest, I don't give a flying crap who won. So probably, I don't know how long Stephanie's going to hold on to the belt. It all depends. The people backstage. When she won it, it seemed like the crowd did not give a flying crap in the episode. You guys have this show, okay? I think Pat has something to do with it. The former kicker of the Colts, and the fans' reaction when she won it, it seemed like it was dead. Wow. Oh, speaking of Pat, we all know that he was going to come back, so that was not really a surprise. So that was kind of a cool moment backstage, him and Triple H. So that was so darn obvious. So he mentioned that a while ago on social media. So, what I'm saying? We don't have no surprises like the good old days of this company. They ruin it of social media or by podcast, I think Triple H sometimes spoil it way too much, but whatever. That's just my hot take on the matter. Okay, and now the AJ Lee and CM Punk and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. The Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch entrance was awesome. Feel like a WrestleMania kind of thing. That's why they did it. So both teams were undefeated as a group. This match was good. Okay, of course, Punk and AJ Lee picked the victory, and that's it. Okay. So hopefully this is one-time deal with this feud. The feud was all right. Don't get me wrong. The match is not the greatest. AJ Lee looked like she never lost a step. She looks very good health. And then next one is the main event. Okay, you have the undisputed champion Cody Rhodes versus McIntyre. This is very scary. Okay, McIntyre looked like he was going to do his finishing move on the announcing table down below, like he did it to Cody Rhodes last time. He took him out, but Cody Rhodes played possum, and then it looked like Drew McIntyre got injured. Well, I don't know if that was part of it or not to get injured. Probably not. So, of course, Cody Rhodes won. No surprises there. It seemed like Cody Rhodes is the next Super Cena. So, I guess I call him, I think everybody should call him Super Cody Rhodes. When there's a title on line, he will retain it until WWE tells him to drop it. It should be in McIntyre, but whatever. Now, at the end of the night, they're doing this press conference, right? So they had champion versus champion. It would be Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. Big deal, right? So obvious. I think this is the 4th time they're meeting. No titles will be on line. It's just like bragging rights. So if they win, I think they get a ring. Big deal, right? I could care less. Now, overall, this show was just a typical, for me, like a Raw or a SmackDown. So like I said earlier in this video, Triple H lied to us. Leading up to wrestlepalooza. Nothing, no surprises, no shock and value, nothing. I know, I forgot to mention, Paul Heyman introduced Brock Lesnar in that match. That big deal. So, that was a good moment, but it was not really a holy cow moment, Why did he lie to us? Probably because he want to tell all the wrestling fans to move over to ESPN. So, is it really worth that much money? I don't think so. But if you're a sports fanatic, like myself, I don't give a crap. I do, but the price It's not necessary. But one good thing is, for me, it was not lagging. When they first debuted on Peacock a couple years ago, it was lagging. This one, it was not lagging. So that is always a plus plus. I just didn't like all the flipping commercials. People were pissed. You know? I know there's another option. Probably you can pay for more for less commercials. You know, it's dumb, but whatever. You know, they should went all in on the flipping wrestlepalooza. You know? They only had one match that got very bloody, you know? I think one of the Usos got all busted up. I don't know if that's part of it or it was accidentally, but whatever. So, I don't know what I give this rating. What do you give this rating? A very poor rating or a decent rating? I mean, people say on the internet it's the worst show of 2025. You agree with them or disagree with them? I just watch it regardless, you know? I don't give a darn about what other people say. That's just how I feel. But the ending could be way better. McIntyre should have been the champion to close out the night and have like a return or a debut to close out the night. Then to be the next chapter for the Cody Rhodes saga. And instead of having Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins number 4, we don't need that in WWE. WWE, you need a changer crap or TKO. Sorry for rambling. Now follow me on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. All my social media accounts will be down below for sure. Now if you want to be a part of my show, that'd be delightful. If not, don't bother. Have a good one, and I'll be back tonight of the return of wrestling news and all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.